What do you want now?
Training.
First, you humiliated me, and now you want me to train? I have so many questions.
Let me guess. Why are you doing this to me? What am I training for? To answer your question is to prepare you for a build-off.
A build-off? With who?
TFG.
Wait. TFG and I are buddies. What's going on with him? Is there a reason why you're making me your puppet?
No more talk, no more questions. Build, review, customize. Got it?
I'm never getting out of this, am I? Hey guys, how's it going? It is Plastic Disaster back with another humiliating review. Thanks, Sandrock. And today we are going to look at the HG Gundam The Origin Gundam local type. So here's what I'm going to do. Now, this is going to be a two-part review. Part one is going to be basically the unboxing, showing the runners, showing off the model kits and the accessories, the usual. And then part two, I am going to work on that. To give a little backstory of what the Gundam local type is from, it's from the Gundam The Origin MSD Mobile Suit Discovery. Basically, it's about mobile suits that never appeared in the anime, so I guess it's kind of the equivalent to Mobile Suit Gundam variations. And if I'm wrong, please tell me in the comments below. Feel free to educate me. Starting off with the unboxing, here is what the Gundam local type looks like, being all badass, firing his gun while the explosion is going off in the ground. Taking a look at this side of the box, here it is all built up, doing an action pose. Here is all the cool gimmicks, the poses, and the accessories. Taking a look at the other side of the box, here is the front and back shot of the local type. And here is a nice CG render of the Gundam local type as well. And more information right over here. And yes, I know it's in Japanese, but if you can read it, that would be great. So, inside the box, we are going to be greeted with 4 bags of runners and the manual. So, looking at the manual, here is a familiar box art. And taking a look at it, here are some really nice poses. And right over here, seems like we could be using all the parts for the local type. And looking into the manual, looks like we could be starting off with the head, or body first, and then the head, waist, continuing on to the left arm, the feet, left leg, right leg, and the weapons, or accessories, And here is what the back of the manual looks like. Here's a familiar CG render right over here. The gimmicks, front and rear view, we already saw that in the box. And it shows you where you can put all the decals. And of course, here is a color guide if you want to paint it. So starting off with runner A1 is going to be a multicolored part. Here is the parts for the yellow right here, some white over here, and some, I believe it's dark brown with a hint of gray, I might be wrong. And we also see parts for the legs. I think those are the chest vents right here, and these are the joint parts for the legs. And looks like we have another runner of A1. Runner B1 is going to be all the white parts. Looks like we have parts for the head right over here, parts for the skirt armor, thighs, waist, shield, V-fin, looks like parts for the beam sabers, and parts for the crotch piece right over here. And if you're wondering, well, where is B2? Well, there is no B2. It's because there are other variants of the local type. Runner C1 is going to be the dark blue parts. Looks like we have parts for the torso and the feet. Runner C2 is going to be a very small runner of red parts, and these are going to be parts for the head. D1 is going to be another dark brown gray parts. But anyways, these are going to be parts for the backpack, the shield, the lower part of the torso. We got some hand options right here. And looks like we have parts for the waist. Runner D2 is going to be a clear red piece. And that piece is going to be the visor on the head. Skipping a few letters later in the alphabet, here is runner G2. Now you might be asking, where is runner G1? Well, like I said before, there are other variants. And these are going to be the parts for the gun. Here is the beam saber runners for the beam saber effect parts. Here we have our polycab runners. marking sticker sheets to give your Gundam local type some decals, and a small sheet of foil stickers, which is actually pretty nice because there is not a lot to fill out the color apps. Okay, so that wraps up the unboxing, and after taking a look at all the parts and runners, I'm actually pretty excited to put this thing together.
Oh, really?
Can you just shut up and leave me alone? Look, just pretend you didn't see that. I'll put it together right now, and I'll see you guys after the build. And boom, here is what the local type looks like when it's all put together. And I gotta say, I actually had a good time putting this together. And let me give you a 360 view. And I want to mention that the color separation on this kit is actually pretty good. But here's one thing I forgot to mention earlier on my review, is that this kit is actually double the price of the standard RX-782. I will explain more of that on the size comparison with the standard RX-782. And for out-of-box build, I know you can't see it, but there is quite a lot of detail on it that you can pan align. Plus, there's also another case of those lazy modeler's paradise. And if you wanted to use these stickers, the yellow goes on this crotch piece right over there. Look over there, that is a molded detail. And for the red stickers, they go on the head. And if you don't want to use the stickers, don't worry, there's not much to paint. Except if you want to paint the back of the thrusters, I would paint those black. So you just fill in those details right there. As for marking stickers, well, I heard if you put it on a white piece, they actually look pretty fine. But I'm going to save these marking stickers for later after I'm done painting it. So for accessories, starting off with the hand options, as you can see, he already has the weapon holding hand. There's a trigger figure hand, and I already attached it to the gun. And speaking of the gun, here it is. Here's the handle that can move out, and the stock can be folded out like that. And if you see it right here, yeah, right there, you can just paint that green and it'll look good. And speaking of the gun, it does have pretty nice detail, so you can pan align that. Here's the shield, which has some pretty nice detail on it. And like I said, if you want to make it look better, you can put some marking stickers on it. And I think it would be a lot better if you weather it as well. Well, anyways, and if you want to do this cool gimmick where the shield is standing, you can take this piece, flip it up, and bring this down like so. And here you go. This is what the shield would look like if it's standing. And to attach the shield, all you gotta do is bring out these beam saber handles out. If it cooperates. Alright, one side to pop out. Fold this back up. Rotate this down. Take these two holes and plug it in these pegs right there. Like so. And here you go. And for our last accessories, let's bring out our beam saber handles one more time. And here are the beam effect parts. And I am going to show you something cool which you can do with the beam sabers right after I cover the articulation. So let me get this shield out so it will be easier for me. The head is going to be on a double ball joint. And what I noticed that when I was building this thing, if you look closely, there's a hinge right over here, which is actually pretty nice. The arm is going to be on a ball joint and it can swing upward, and the arm can lift up that far. Bicep swivel, double bend on the elbow, wrist is on a ball joint. As for the torso, you get a little bit of a crunch, and there is a waist swivel, but it's limited because the way how it's built, so you won't rotate 360 degrees. The front skirts are molded together, but you can separate them so it moves up that far. Side skirt can move out that far. Back skirt doesn't move. There's a swinging hip mechanism, which is actually pretty nice, and that will allow the kick to move out that far, and the leg can move back that far, and it can move out that far. There's a thigh swivel right up there, double bend at the knee. And as for the foot, it can move up that far, can move back that far, and there's also a ball joint right in there. And as for pivot, that's all you get. And you know what's funny? That this ankle armor piece is actually molded together with the leg, so you won't get any movement. So is this really worth double the price of the RX-72? We'll find out later. And last but not least, the backpack. So the thrusters can move up and down. So overall, the articulation is actually pretty good, but not as good as I thought it would be. Remember when I said I'm going to show you something cool with the beam sabers, and I'm also going to bring back the shield because you can actually store the beam saber handles on the shield. Now you have an option of setting it up or down, but it's better if you face it down so you can allow to do something cool like this or something like this. I won't judge. Okay, one last pose before I head to the comparisons. Boom, here it is, a kneeling pose, and it can pull it off very well. Now as for size comparisons and a versus comparison, here he is right next to the standard size RX-78-2. And let me just adjust it real quick. As you can see, the local type is taller than the RX-72 just by a little bit. Now here is where it gets really confusing. Standard size RX-72, half the price of the local type. Comes with a bazooka, more hand options. Not as detailed, but it's only animation accurate. The local type, double the price. Has a few neat gimmicks, not as much accessories, and only one hand option. Not forget to mention, he does have pretty nice surface detail. The question is it really worth getting the local type? Well, let's talk about that in my final thoughts right now. So, my final thoughts. Don't get me wrong, I do like this kit. And if you really are willing to pay double the price, I say go for it. But if you don't want to spend that much money, you can just pass on that. And after handling this kit, I'm gonna be honest, it feels more like a $15 kit rather than a, I don't know, $22 kit. But that's just my opinion. And if you do own this kit, let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, that about wraps it up. I want to say thank you guys for watching if you make it this far. Don't forget to leave a like, and again, comment and subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video, and I better work on this kit before Sandrock gets really mad at me. And also stay tuned for part 2 of this review. Alright guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this, but thanks for not bothering me throughout the review.
Get to work.
Okay, I'll start my training right now.